Welcome back to another episode of Who's On First. I'm your host, Dwayne.
And I'm Jason.
And before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel to help us out a bunch. Let's talk about a trade deadline, our favorite part of the season.
I've been hard for all week.
I've been rock hard for this situation.
It has this someone's
going to catch that. But the biggest fish out there, pitching-wise, in my opinion, Max Scherzer. He's on the block. The Nationals are not hiding it anymore. They're shopping him. And I'm just going to read this little excerpt from MLB Trade Rumors. They're saying that as of last night, there were at least 8 clubs interested in Nationals ace Max Scherzer, who is open to waiving his no-trade rights, but said to have prefer a West Coast club that has the ability to keep him longer. That's a weird statement. Keep him longer term. I think he just means long term. Whatever. But that just leaves the Padres, the Giants, and the Dodgers.
Max Scherzer, who turned 37 on Tuesday, if traded, he said he would decide to go out west. I mean, who wouldn't? Chances the Dodgers, though, are in the Mad Max business.
Well, I was told early this morning that right now the Giants and Dodgers are front runners, and like what's happening on the field, I was told the Giants right now have a better offer on the table than the Dodgers. But this is going to be just like the game was last night. This is going to go down to the wire. This is a legitimate bidding war of prospects to get Scherzer.
Well, you can also put the Angels, but I being realistically, yes, that's what you said.
So Padres, Dodgers, Giants. I'm going to take my bias out, and I'm going to say, bias aside, he's going to be a Dodger. This makes sense for them in so many different ways, especially with Trevor Bauer. If Trevor Bauer was there, it would make no sense, and they're not going to pull the trigger at all. However, with Bauer's absence, they need to actually fill 2 spots in the rotation because Kershaw's hurt. Scherzer can be a big add for them.
But he wants an extension.
Possibly.
He wants an extension. Are you willing to risk? Are the Dodgers willing to risk $20 million a year on him for the next 2 years after that? Because I think that's what it's going to take 2 for $40.
It's cheaper than Bauer.
It is cheaper than Bauer, but are they willing to risk it on an aging arm?
See, that's the thing with Max Scherzer. He's been so consistent that he doesn't scare me as much as a lot of other pitchers. However, he is a power pitcher. So that's what
you got to remember, you look at all the power pitchers in history, when they get to that last contract, they suck. They drop off. And that's my fear. But I'm a little I feel he is going to be in West Coast, and I feel he will be up in the Bay in San Francisco.
See, I think if they make that move, it literally makes them the favorite at this point.
Well, I feel like San Francisco's going to set up for a few moves right now.
Really?
Yes.
Because
I feel like he's not the only. If they're going to go right now, I don't feel like he's the only big name they're going.
To me, I thought they were going to be linked to Joey Gallo, but Joey Gallo, for you guys hearing this, Joey Gallo is now a Yankee. However, because they need a lot of offensive help. Their offense, even though it's ranked like the top in certain categories, their offense, I feel like in the playoffs, is going to be their Achilles heel.
Well, I don't feel like it's their offense. I feel like it's their strikeouts is going to be their Achilles heel.
So I feel like they need an offensive bat. However, this is why the stupid no DH rule for the NL really hurts everyone, because there's so many moves that could have been made. And I hope they really do put that DH rule in next year and it just stays forever. But for the NL, we have to make so many other moves to make these situations make sense, right? And this is why I don't see the Giants doing that, because I feel like their pitching can hold up a little more than their offense will in the playoffs. So that's why I feel like they're going to look more offensive.
But I feel like they're going to do this to help them to sell getting their next big target, because I feel like they're going to get Chris Bryant too.
See, that makes more sense. Chris Bryant alone makes more sense than getting Scherzer.
But
and
see,
Chris
I feel
Bryant.
like if they go to I feel like they have a better shot if they say, look, we're getting Scherzer, we want you here too. Because I honestly feel like Chris Bryant, he's a wild card. He could go anywhere. He could play like third base, center field, left field. So he could fit on any of those teams, those 3 teams.
Right.
So, and I always feel like, okay, who is he connected to the most on any of these teams? And it's the only person I could think of is not on either of those teams. It would be in Philadelphia.
Right.
So I feel like if he's being traded, he's going to go to the Giants because at that point he has a better shot of, I feel like, playing with his friend in the long run, because I honestly still feel like Bryce Harper's never going to finish out his contract.
Yeah, that's for another day. Yeah. But so we're both in agreement that we're not seeing the Padres making.
Oh no, I don't. I feel like the Padres are trying too much to make so many moves that every team's seen it. Just like they were linked to Gallo, and
they already got Adam Frazier from Pittsburgh.
So what else do they need? And at that point, you have too many superstars or too many big names on your team.
Right.
That it's just going to hurt.
Big name appeal, and also because he's a big game pitcher, I want Scherzer to be a Dodger. However, he's not my top choice for pitching for the Dodgers. Mm-mm. My top choice for pitching is the dude who I said was going to be the Cy Young Award winner in the AL. I said Jose Barrios. So I kind of look dumb because he's not there. But he is still a very good pitcher. And he's on the market. He's under control, I believe, for 2 more seasons. To me, I think the Dodgers getting Jose Barrios, I believe he's only making $6 million a year this year. I think that's the better move for them long term, and it might end up being the better move for them for right now.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you get Scherzer, you're going to have to try to lure him away with a contract. And like you said, also just for Andrew Friedman, he's not really keen on giving, first of all, pitchers, but also older pitchers contracts, right? The only person I've seen him do it for was Rich Hill. And Rich Hill is like a fucking anomaly these days. But Max Scherzer, it doesn't make enough sense to me contract-wise because the Dodgers they're already way past the luxury tax. So for them to sign him, not to mention we have to think about Kershaw is a free agent this year. Corey Seager's a free agent this year. Chris Taylor's a free agent this year. It's a lot of moving parts that they're gonna want their bread, especially I would say Corey Seager, right? So that's why I feel like Barrios would be the smarter and the better move. But to me, I feel like the easier move would be Scherzer.
Of course. So
I have him going to LA, but again, if Jose Barrios ends up a Dodger, said it here first because I want him. I think it's an easier deal. I think it's an easier deal for that club because everyone's trying to throw in Keibert Ruiz right now. And me personally, Dodgers should not trade Keibert Ruiz. I said the same thing about Alex Verdugo, and look what that got us. They should not trade Keibert Ruiz under any circumstances unless it's for a player that you're going to have for a long-term situation. All right, I will not trade Keibert Ruiz for Max Scherzer. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, only see, but I still feel like the Nationals, how they said yesterday, we're not trading Turner. I feel like they're going to trade him. So you brought up this trade scenario on, not really a scenario. You pretty much said if they're trading Turner, the Dodgers need a counter with Bellinger as a centerpiece of a package for Turner,
right.
Which it makes total sense.
Right.
So you may be a genius if this happens because, like I said, I feel like with Max Scherzer, it's not going to be just him. You never see a player at that caliber, especially at that age, is the only one. If you ever look at Verlander was traded with, I don't even remember.
I forgot.
But there's always that other piece.
Right.
So with Trey Turner being a huge asset for them, Bellinger makes sense though.
See, and this is why I feel like that whole Trey Turner makes the most sense for the Dodgers, but right now he just got hit with COVID, so I don't know if you can trade COVID players. I have no idea, but he just got hit with COVID, so he's going to be out. But it makes the most sense because Cody Bellinger, we said this on previous episodes, Cody Bellinger, I would trade him over Corey Seager. I would try to extend Corey Seager and then trade Cody Bellinger because I just said his swing and everything, it's not sustainable long term. I don't see it. Now we're in a situation where he's come back and he's doing awful this year, right? However, pretty sure change of scenery or just some more time rehabbing, I feel like he'll still be a great player. Then you have Trey Turner. Trey Turner, same thing like Cody Bellinger, can play multiple positions, and it's positions the Dodgers would need, which would be shortstop and center field, right? So if you sign Seager Seager's your shortstop, and then you have Trey Turner play center field. You're set. However, if you don't sign Seager, you extend Trey Turner. He's your shortstop of the future, and you're still set. Now you have to go find a center fielder, right? Which might be a little easier than trying to find a shortstop, right? So there's so many scenarios where, to me, this makes sense, and they don't have to waste that much to get. The biggest person in the deal will be Bellinger.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you go straight up for Scherzer with no Turner, they're gonna try to.
So what do you think the Dodgers would have to give
for Turner and Scherzer?
No, just Scherzer.
I feel like they're gonna ask for Ruiz, and the Dodgers will hopefully say no. But I feel like they would have to at least, which I don't want to do, but they would have to at least give up Josiah Gray, and I don't want them to because I feel like he's another.
Oh, I feel like he's right there. He's ready.
And he's another great arm they have. But like I said, if you look at the Dodgers draft history, they drafted so many pitchers this year. Clearly, they're either going to get rid of some pitching or they're stocking up because they're like, all right, we're about to clear a house on a trade, so we need to have some guys. And Bobby Miller, I think Bobby Miller might be projected to do better and then Josiah Gray over the long term. But right now, Josiah Gray is ready, like now.
Yeah.
And so, but again, when you're trying to win a championship, Josiah Gray is going to help. Like, it's very rare that they're going to start him unless he goes on a crazy tear and then he's just unhittable. So that's why I feel like it would be Josiah Gray. However, I hope they also hold on to him too. But I would see that for Scherzer. Now, if you throw in Trey Turner, I would go Bellinger and Gray, and then probably another low level for Turner and Scherzer, and then you just eat the money. See, that's going to be the deal with that one.
I feel like that's still not enough for the Nationals. Want at least they'll want Bellinger, Gray, and I still think they're probably going to ask for Ruiz.
But see, the Nationals, they've already shown their hand. They've already said that we're not going to do anything with Trey Turner long term. So either you're going to trade him now, or you're going to trade him later, or he's going to walk. There is no The only situation I see them trading Ruiz would be for someone that they are going to have plans of extending. So it would make sense if they extend Turner, but it doesn't make sense for Scherzer.
Yeah.
Right? However, I don't see them extending Turner unless they can't get Seager.
No, of course.
So that's why, to me, it wouldn't make any sense to throw him in the deal. They have another catching prospect. His first name is Diego. I can't say his last name, but who is projected to be better than Ruiz right now. So Dodgers are loaded at catcher. Yeah. So someone also said that the Dodgers should think about trading Will Smith. I hate the idea, but I'm not mad at it because I understand what they're saying because Ruiz is tearing up AAA. You have Ruiz be the starter. You trade Will Smith, but Will Smith
he has experience.
Yeah,
and you're going in the playoffs.
And he's performing.
Yeah.
So it was.
If the Dodgers were out of contention, then trade him.
Right.
But you're in contention right now.
Right.
No.
So you're saying Giants.
I feel like Scherzer's going to be a Giant.
I'm saying Dodgers, and please be on the lookout for Trey Turner. If Trey Turner ends up in LA, we need this first right here. But we'll see you guys when we see you.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Peace.